What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ransom Reviews. Today, I'm going to be reviewing The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is a short story that I absolutely love for a bunch of reasons. One is that it is a super short story. It's only about 20 pages long. You can listen to it on YouTube for free in about 15 minutes. I'm going to post a link to the YouTube video and to the free PDF below if you want to check the story out, which I highly recommend. But also because Ursula K. Le Guin is one of my absolute favorite writers. And I've been looking for a short story that kind of embodies what I like so much about her to give people an easy access point if they're interested in exploring her writing. And I really think that The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas is the perfect entry point to Ursula K. Le Guin. So Le Guin is a writer that's really famous for her signature style. She has this way of writing that's very beautiful. She writes interesting stories. But the real highlight is that there's always some kind of subtext. There's always some kind of commentary that she's making in her stories. You could look at The Dispossessed, which writes about anarchy and capitalism, and collectivism, and individualism. You could look at The Left Hand of Darkness, where she explores sex and gender, androgynous people, religion. So these are major themes that crop up in her writing. By the way, both of those novels, I couldn't recommend more. They're both fantastic. I highly recommend them. But again, if you want to just dip your toe in the Le Guin pool, this story is a great place to start. So let's get into it. Omelas is a utopia. Smiling people, fresh food, no kings, sports teams for dogs, broccoli tastes like ice cream, Kyrie Irving never gives interviews, whatever. Whatever you think is good, that's what Omelas is. Sounds unbelievable, right? Not realistic? Well, there's a catch. Locked in a basement somewhere in this city is one child. The child is abused and malnourished and lives a life full of suffering. The citizens of Omela know about this child. They understand the deal. It's part of the contract. The contract is basically that their happiness is provided as long as this one child suffers. Everyone has to know about it. No one is allowed to help the child. You just have to accept that somewhere this child will be suffering while you're living your great life, your best life. Now, some Omelians, Omelans, omelets, some Omelans do not accept this contract and they walk away. Where do they go? Nobody knows. This story is basically a quick and effective look at exploitation and utilitarianism. Omelas is a mirror reflecting the real world that we all live in. It might not be a mathematical equation, but generally speaking, people enjoy a higher quality of life built off the back of people suffering a lower quality of life. Are you okay with that? Because that's sort of what this story is asking you. Are you okay with that? Do you like your smartphone and your Nikes that were probably made with child labor? I do. I live in Omelas. I admit it. I'm not proud of it. I don't brag about it. I don't flaunt it, but I have just accepted it. Now, I do think this is an important thing to think about. I know a lot of people read the story and they get outraged. How could you let that child suffer? And that is an authentic reaction. Some people identify with the ones who walk away from Omelas. And some people that are maybe more practical or honest with themselves accept themselves as citizens of Omelas, where we understand that life is messy and that the good things that come from our lives, they come from somewhere, and it sucks, but it's part of, I don't want to say the contract, but it's just part of the world that we live in. And what's great about this story is that it just offers that up with no judgment. Le Guin just wants you to think about it. She isn't judgmental. She doesn't offer any commentary on what's right or wrong. She doesn't offer an answer or a solution, because I don't think there is one. I personally think this is just my own thoughts, that this is Le Guin's way of saying that there are no utopias. Utopias are a theme that crop up in a lot of her writing. And I think this is just her way of saying, look, nothing will ever be perfect. If you want an omelet, you have to break some eggs or some omelets. But I also don't think that she's condoning or promoting this kind of lifestyle. I think that part of the human condition is struggling with these complex issues that don't have an easy answer or an answer at all. And in Omelas, Le Guin lets the reader be her tag team partner to attempt to wrestle this issue. Often, the best science fiction transcends the genre and just makes you think about real life issues. I think this is an aspect of writing that Le Guin really, really excels at. And she's pulled it off here in, like I said, just about 20 pages or 15 minutes of listening. And that to me is really, really, really impressive. It's honestly one of the better short stories I've ever read. And I really, really think it's worth checking out. So yeah, check out the link if you want to listen to it on YouTube, or you can check out the other link and read it on PDF, and drop some comments below and let me know what you think about this short story. Did you read it? Did you listen? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you an Omelian, an omelet? Are you living in Omelas? Or are you one of the people who identifies with walking away? And that's it for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time on Ransom Reviews.